What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today we're doing the last video of the 4Runner. And what we're going to be doing is putting the rear tailhouse seal and front pump seal and torque converter in this thing. So this little housing right here, you can use a hammer and a screwdriver, and you can tap this little housing out so you can get to this rear tailhouse seal. Just work your way around and it will come out. Alright, and your seal is up in here. I'll clean off some of that. Here's your new one right here. Part number, it is a genuine Toyota seal. 90311-A0031. Now we may have to do the same trick that we did with the rear main seal and drill in there and try to pry it out if we cannot get it to come out. But we're going to see if we can get it to come out. Come on. There we go. There's your old one. Now I'm going to clean the inside of that out. Now some people put silicone on these, some people don't. It's a pretty tight fit, so I don't see where you would need one with silicone on it, but if it makes you feel better, you're more than welcome to do it. This one used the back side of this right here to tap it the rest of the way in. Just tap it in until it bottoms out. Now we're going to put this right here back on. All right. Now let's go up to the front, pull the torque converter out, and we're going to change the front pump seal, and then we'll fill up the new torque converter with fluid. So now we're on the front, we're going to pull the torque converter out. And be mindful that you're going to spill some fluid when you pull this out. And these things are pretty heavy. Now we're going to try to pull this right here out, and I am going to see about using the same method for the rear main seal that I did on this one. I just used a little screwdriver, tapped it in, and pulled it out to the side. Here's the new seal right here, 90080-31068. Same thing with the rear seal. If you want to use some silicone, you can. You don't have to. But I will put some transmission fluid on this seal. Alright, got the front seal in now, and my camera turned off on me. The battery died, so I didn't get to show me tapping it all the way in, but I did the same thing as I did on the rear seal. I just tapped it in around until it bottomed out. Now we're going to go and fill up the torque converter with some fluid, and then after that we'll put the torque converter in here, and then I'll start putting it all back together. Here's the new torque converter. Part number is 32000-04010, and this is a brand new converter from Toyota. Here it is right here, and we're using Toyota ATF-WS fluid. I'm going to put probably about a quart, maybe 2 in here, just to make sure there's some in here. So I'm just going to do this and then let it go down some, and I'm just going to keep adding it until I get about a quart in there, and then once we do, I'll stick it in there and start putting it back in, and I'll show you how to seat it down once I get all the fluid in there. Alright, so we got torque converter back in there, and whenever you get it in there on the first notch, I have mine set back all the way already, but once you get in there on the first notch, you're going to want to pick up on the middle, and while you're doing that, just spin it and push like that, and you should feel it go back 2 to 3 times. Most of them go back 3 steps, but if you get to where you can't put your fingers up in here, you got it in there good enough. So if you see, it's got a little bit of play, but and then it should set back like that, and then you should hear kind of like a rubbing noise just a little bit. That's just where the torque converter is rubbing on the housing just a little bit, and whenever you put it inside of the engine bay and hook it up and everything, it's going to pull it back just a hair to whenever it's spinning it doesn't rub, but you want it set back as far as you can once you get it to this point. But now all I have to do is put this back in and start filling it up. I'm not going to show you any of the installation procedures just because all that's going to be boring. You can torque down the bell housing bolts and all that if you want to. I will go over all the torque specs after I get everything back in, but for right now I'm just going to stick this in, and whenever I bring y'all back, the transmission should be in the car. Alright everybody, so I didn't get a chance to finish filming the video at the shop because it was late at night and he was closing for the day, and I had just finished it, made sure all the fluid was full on it, and we made sure everything was tight, and you know, I was just trying to button it up before he went home because it was probably 8 o'clock at night, and that was about 2 or 3 weeks ago. The customer has been driving it. The torque converter did get rid of the shudder on there, but I did want to let y'all know that there is a TSB on this vehicle. It does talk about a shudder, but it's at a low speed shudder. I think it's like 10-15 miles an hour if I remember. And I think the fix was a computer update. And what he did, he actually took it to a Toyota dealership just to make sure that it didn't need that update, and they said everything was good and he didn't need to do the update on there, but he just did that for, you know, just safety, just to be sure. But they've been driving it and they got rid of the shudder. They said they're happy with it from what I was told, and they have any other issues out of it since, which I'm glad, because he did kind of just take the chance of putting a torque converter in it, and this torque converter is not cheap. I think he paid like $1,500 for this torque converter from Toyota, and then he went ahead and put the fluid in it, the tail house seal, the rear main seal, the front pump seal. Like he spent probably close to $2,000 in parts just to try to fix this for the customer, which I think says a lot about a business. But like I said, I just wanted to let y'all know there is a TSB on these, and if y'all want to try that route before putting a torque converter in it, because they're not cheap at all. But I did want to just give y'all an update on everything. But if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them in the comment section below. I will get to them as soon as I can. And I just want to let y'all know that I am going with a local company, and I'm getting some hats and t-shirts made, and I do have a poll with a new logo up if y'all want to check that out on my communities tab. And you don't have to, I just figured if y'all want to, you can go check it out, because I do have a new logo up on my page now. I think I'm going to stick with that one, but I would like to know what y'all thought about the other one. And I'm going to do hats, probably going to do the Richardson 112 hats and do the leather patch like in the middle, like the big one in the middle. And then I'm going to do probably like a Fruit Loom or Hanes t-shirt. I'm going to do a small logo patch like where your pocket would be, like on the breast, and then a big logo and the words "Torque This Tight" on the back around the logo, kind of, on the back, just as a starter. I'm going to only do about 15 hats to begin with. Probably going to do black and charcoal, navy and charcoal, and it's a straight navy. And then I'm going to do black t-shirts right now. I'm going to have probably 15 or 20 t-shirts, just 2 smalls, 5 mediums, 5 larges, 5 extra larges, and 2 triple X's, or double X's, not triple X's. But once I get those, I will show y'all. The reason I'm doing that is because I did get a t-shirt from Spreadshop, and I wasn't happy with the quality of it. And I got a couple of the stickers, and they just wasn't up to the standard I want to give everybody. So my wife is actually going to start making the stickers for us, so they'll be in-house made for everybody. And as soon as we get all this up, I will show y'all what everything looks like and let y'all know probably on the page what cost is and all that stuff if y'all are interested. But like I said, I do support all. I do want to say thank you for all the support that everybody's given me, and I never thought that I would get this far in it. I mean, I'm almost at 2,000 subscribers, and that means a lot to me for everybody who watches my videos. I just wanted to say thank you, and remember, y'all, torque this tight, and y'all have a great day.